And we're live. That was your cue. All right, cut. Happy not Monday, everyone. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday. Apologies about yesterday.
He was so sick.
Yeah, I was actually much better yesterday.
But still so sick.
But yeah, I feel I'm like 90% today. So, I kind of needed the extra day. I got a little more sleep.
Give everybody the idea. Dave was Typhoid Mary on Sunday. He made an appearance briefly, and then I sent him to bed for Easter dinner. And then he made another appearance to eat food for Easter dinner. And then he went back to bed. And my parents were like strategizing, my mom and your mom, how to sit as far away from you as possible at the dinner table. Yeah, Typhoid Mary. Yeah,
it was rough, but it was a good Easter. I hope everyone that celebrates Easter had a good Easter. And we're gonna get started. This is hold on. I'm saying hold on, but I'm looking for my own reference here. We're gonna be drawing the Maxx. I have actually never drawn the Maxx. This is for Sam Kieth, who passed away a few weeks ago now. Sam Kieth is a massive influence on me. He's one of my all-time favorite artists. I never got to meet him, unfortunately. We've lost so many incredible artists over the last, as we all get older, it just happens. Sam Kieth, for me, though, was an artist that was really at his popular height right when I started getting into comics. He did the Maxx shortly after the original Image Comics founders started Image. And I think the first thing that I saw from him was a Wolverine with all of the tears and the kind of, telephone cord looking spools coming off of the tears on his costume and everything. And I couldn't believe it. It was just, I'd never seen anything like it. And there's really never been another artist like Sam Kieth. I think he's uncopyable. He must be, because I've seen artists that do their own kind of thing that I would say that, there's some similarities and, amazing stuff, but he really had his own feel that is just to himself. And I've tried so many times over the years to try to copy what he did with his inking. It's been, in my defense, difficult, because for the most part, my career, I spent penciling, and it's only more recently that I've been inking, and it's very difficult to try to achieve some of that stuff with pencil. As I've been inking, I've been getting more comfortable with it, but his technique is just so advanced that it's just always been beyond me. I'm going to try as much as I can to do this. I want to say like Sam Kieth would. It won't be, not remotely, but it'll be my attempt. And with all that said, we're going to go ahead and get started.
Let's do it. And we have our first super chat of the night from K. Howard Artist. Before we even start the Sam Kieth, how do I shadow the torso lighter, but still have some shadow on the obliques, stratus abs, and bump out, but not totally black out the torso? For example, your absolute Batman you posted on Instagram on February 22nd.
Do you have my Instagram?
Probably.
I can't remember what it looks like.
Hold on.
As Meredith looks, I'm going to keep sketching in my Maxx. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm almost essentially just kind of copying this Sam Kieth picture. So,
Is it the one with the chicken? I mean, there's a few Dave Finch profiles. Is it this one?
It's the one with the chicken.
Okay.
The other one, you know what? I'm already messing this up. The other profile is when I was with Essential Sequential. I'm with Essential Sequential now. When I was with Comic Sketch Art, they set me up on Instagram, and we've been trying to get it closed, but we can't get the password. And so it's kind of mine forever now.
February 22nd. This one. Here.
Okay, let's see. Here. Oh, okay. That's not Absolute Batman. Hold on.
Whatever. Well, that's February 22nd.
No, I hear you, but that's this year. I think it's last year.
Well, I think that's the point of the thing, though. Maybe they thought it was Absolute Batman. He wants to know how to shadow the torso lighter, but have some shadow on obliques, abs, and bump out.
Eric just sent it, and I just closed it. Dang it.
Here, give it back.
Oh, here it is. I see it. Okay. Thank you, Eric. I got it. Okay. Right. So I'm just going to say this right now. Looking at this, there's cheating going on with the lighting in this. So first of all, his head is lit as if it's directly from above. You can see there's a rim light on either side, so his whole face is dark. That's a total cheat because my light is actually coming much more kind of from the left, and it's lighting up his body. His head would also be casting a shadow over his chest from this angle. It should be. Based on okay. So his head is here. His body is kind of here. His arm's here. We're not going to worry about his arm, but just to get it kind of in there. His other one's up here. So he's being lit essentially from like that direction. But his head is really being lit kind of from here. See what I'm saying? And it's a total cheat. So if I lit it consistently, his head would shadow directly down through his body like this. His chest would be, you'd see some lighting here, and this would be kind of dark. But I didn't do that. So what I did, I lit his head that way because that's how Nick Dragotta was really approaching it mostly. And I thought it really worked and I liked it. And so I cheated and I figured I could get away with it. But because I lit it, I'm going to say even more this way than this way. That meant that all of the lighting is concentrated to this side of his body. I'm going to forget about my rim lighting here. And so I can light here, along his chest here. A little bit here, and then I can leave all of this open, and it's open.
Just FYI, he said the February 22nd sketches posted from OAX.
Oh, okay.
So the one I showed you.
Oh, so it is the one.
Yes.
Oh, anyway, I'm just going to say quickly because I did all this. His stomach is open because it's toward where the light is. So let's find the other one.
The one that I had.
I know. Now I need to find it. I don't know how to find something by date.
Give it back to me. There's a Spider-Man. That Spider-Man. Don't. No. Go the other way.
This way?
The other way. No. Go. You're going the wrong way. Go up. To the top. No. Oh my God. Give me.
I'm going to the top now.
I'm watching the screen. There you go. The Spider-Man, where the Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
And then if you click on the Spider-Man and
I see. Okay.
Okay.
So
not the colored Spider-Man.
Right, and I got so it's Batman.
Yes, that one.
But there's also an absolute. Oh, here we go. Absolute Batman. So, and the question is, how do I light the obliques? Okay, so I see what you're saying here. Then I think, yeah. Thank you, Eric. I got it. Okay, so for this one here, I'm just going to say quickly then. Well, you know what here. So I've got a plane angled in like this for his upper stomach. And then I've got a plane angled like this for his rib cage, and his chest would essentially follow that plane too with a, you'd have a shadow here. So yeah, this would really be kind of dark, but I don't want to just go totally dark because I want to see a little bit cool stuff. I do go dark a lot of times actually, but I didn't really want to do that. So it's more just cheating. My general lighting is coming from this direction, from this one. And so I'm lighting my forms, but I'm ignoring the fact that the whole thing is a downward plane. That's a choice. I make choices like that all the time. I want to make sure that my overall lighting is consistent. I don't want one muscle to be heavily shadowed and the one beside it to be very lightly shadowed. I want to be consistent, but my overall lighting, I will cheat major areas of it at times if it's going to show things in a way that I think is going to be more effective. For instance, his hand here, based on my lighting, would be casting a shadow down over his leg. I could do that, but honestly, I felt like I didn't even think about it. Honestly, I felt like I didn't think about it at all. But I don't think I would do that because then it just cuts the line of that leg in a way that I wouldn't really want to do. And so cast shadows, I always considered, I like cast shadows. They can add so much realism to what you're doing, but they can also really take away. And if they are going to take away, I don't put them in. So there you go. I do hope that helps. I hope that answered the question.
And then I have a super chat from Greg Sadakar. Greg says, R.I.P. Sam Kieth. Dave, glad you're feeling better.
I am, and thank you very much, Greg. Really appreciate it.
And Charlie George wants to know, with the super chat, were you ever interested in Jeff Darrow's art?
Oh, very much so.
In your opinion?
I had Jeff Darrow original art. It was a sketch. Most of my art that I have from artists is sketches because I can afford it. I'm a huge fan. I don't have my Jeff Darrow artwork anymore because I got it when I was young and I got broke. And so many art collectors can relate to that. But I'm an enormous fan. His storytelling is peerless. It's absolutely incredible. His panels, for all of the detail, they're so consistent and so beautifully done, just in terms of just camera work and pacing. His detail is incredible. And also, he never used shadow. Shadow is a whole thing, and it takes a lot to learn, and that's true, but it also can cover a lot of mistakes and fix a lot of it can, if there's an area of a panel that you don't want to draw and you throw a shadow across it, that covers a lot of ground. And that's part of the reason I love shadow so much, because I can get a lot of drama out of it. I can also make my life a lot easier with it. Like but when you can never use shadow and you are as detailed and thorough as Jeff Darrow, yeah, there's no cheating there. It's all right there. And it's, he's absolutely incredible. So yes, very big Jeff Darrow fan. Actually, it's crazy that I have not done a Jeff Darrow book of the week. That is an oversight, which we will fix. Not tonight, because we have a very special book of the week that I'm really excited about. It's a book, actually it's two books that I picked up at my last convention in Chicago. And I got all this reference for this thing, and I picked two of them that don't show what I need. Let's see. Here we go. Okay.
While you're looking for your reference, K. Howard Artist has another super chat. How do you determine poses for commission pieces, specifically cutting off feet? Not because I can't draw them. It's almost like they force perspective.
How do I choose poses? Sorry, for
Commissions.
Okay. So commissions, and this is why just drawing commissions, I think, is a real mistake. Like I see artists that just, you go to conventions, you draw commissions, or you draw really for Instagram, and it can be a real problem because you end up not learning a lot of skills that you really need. Because if I'm drawing a commission, I can't draw a character from behind, number one. If I'm drawing Batman or whatever character it is, almost without fail, I need to see their chest to see the symbol that's on their chest. It's really important, unless they don't have one, but generally a lot of times they do. People want to see that. And so that's another factor. I can't draw the face from such an extreme angle that you can't see the face. Nobody wants a profile. They want to see the character, ideally looking at the viewer. You want it to be immediate and engaging. And that's like the nature of a lot of covers and a lot of like pinup shots is it needs to showcase the character as much as possible. So that's kind of what I pick. In terms of drawing the feet, it could be a real choice. So the thing is, the minute I draw the feet, I need to either draw or not draw the ground. And a lot of times I don't have time to be drawing the whole ground. So that's a factor. I mean, if I've got here's my page, somebody wants a shot of Batman, I can draw a big, well, that might be a little too big, a big shot of Batman, whatever, put his leg, and he's pretty big. Or if I draw him full figure, he's going to end up being quite a bit smaller, so I can get that full figure in there all the way down to the feet, and so it makes the figure naturally kind of smaller a lot of times. It's another factor. It is also difficult to draw a dynamic pose really well unless you're John Buscema with feet. So I'd be lying if I said it's not a factor too. But it's compositionally, feet can be trying to make sure that you have feet in every picture, I think, can be a limitation. That's what I think. It's not always just that I can't draw feet. But there are times I can't draw feet. I'll tell you that right now. It is true. And I don't think I'm alone. There are too many of us out there. No excuse for us, Meredith.
All right. Howard has another super chat. Front view torso anatomy.
Okay.
That's all he said. Front view torso anatomy.
Howard, thank you for your super chat. And I would ask if you would not mind.
Don't super chat it. Just post and I'll look for it.
Yeah, don't super chat. Just clarify, please. Cycling through my reference here. Okay. Uh-oh. Come on, work. Not going to work. Hold on. There we go. All right. Oh. I abuse these things so badly, running them through whiteout and through like paint and that kind of thing, that this one's going to be, I'll be here all night trying to get it over. So I've got a million of them. Find one that works. Everyone's a PM. You're kidding. Not having luck. If everyone's a PN again. Nope, here we go. I love PNs, but not for this part. And I was looking at a different shot. All right.
Brain Manager wants to know with the super chat, did you ever get to meet Sam?
No, I never did. What I did get to do, though, and I am, I have been kind of embarrassed about this for years, but in the end, I'm very glad. So I never got to meet him, but back in the day at Top Cow, we all worked in basically the pit. It was what we called it, which is where all the artists worked. And after hours, because we had a secretary, after they went home, we would just answer the phone, because nobody had a cell phone back then. And so if people called, like if, whoever called, they would just call the pit. And that was the one number at Top Cow, really. Anyway, So we would answer the phone after hours. And one night, Sam Keith called. He was looking to talk to Mark. I have no idea about what. That I didn't ask. But when he said he was Sam Keith, I said, I'm a huge fan. And he said, thank you. He was very nice. You know, like he was very gracious. It's very unprofessional for me to be doing that. And so I'm like,
you were unprofessional at a young age. What a surprise.
So yeah, it's like I should not have done that, but I'm so glad I did because I never got the chance to meet him otherwise, and that was my one interaction. He was very nice, and I got to get it off my chest at least. So I did talk to him on the phone one time. Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know. He wouldn't have any idea who he's talking to one way or the other, like an artist working there or somebody answering the phone or what. So I'm sure he's like, what is going on over there? But yeah.
All right. So Howard got back and said, yeah, just front view anatomy. Front view anatomy. But then he also had a super chat asking for a military vest on your type of anatomy. Very tactical, think Call of Duty and having long sleeves that are tight to the body. Howard's going to keep you busy all night.
Okay. Howard, I'm going to be honest with you. Front view anatomy, this is a very broad thing. I mean, it's a very specific thing, but it's too much. I can't. There are so many examples. I'd be basically just drawing the same thing that I've drawn. You know, there's so many examples out there. I also have videos, by the way, on drawing anatomy, torsos, all that kind of things. I'd really recommend that you go through and look through some of the videos for that kind of thing. It would be too much for me to take on to do even remotely helpfully. All I would be able to do is just quickly sketch in what I would kind of do all the time, and I think there are better resources for it. A military jacket. Let's see. So it's a military jacket with long sleeves.
A military vest. Like
Vest.
A military vest.
Well, but then with long sleeves.
But then over a shirt with long sleeves. A military vest on any type of anatomy with long sleeves that are tight. Like the shirt underneath has long sleeve, tight sleeves.
Okay. This may have to be the last one of these. So I'll start it this way. I'm going to say this. Whatever type of clothing you're drawing, and this is a very basic rule, but it's not as commonly followed as you might think. You'll notice when I'm drawing this right now, I'm not drawing any clothing. I'm drawing a naked torso. And that's because if you don't do this, when you actually draw your clothing, it'll look like you're just drawing kind of loose folds over nothing. Unless you're, there are people that are always so good that they can skip every step, and that's fine. But that's not me, and it's not really, I think, most of us. So the first thing that you need to do is make sure that just in a basic sketch form, you have your anatomy drawn in. Even though you're going to be covering this, and that's fine, it needs to be there so you know where everything goes. By the way, here's front anatomy, and this hopefully will cover that too. But there are better sources for that. So okay, he needs a neck and a general head. So to draw his vest, we'll make it open. If I close it, I'll just be basically creating a collar. So we'll make it open. I'm going to draw it over his body like this. Let's lighten this down. Over his body like this. Then I want a hole here and a hole here. And because I've got my anatomy in, it makes it really easy for me to establish where those go. My collar is going to come around here like this. My other side will be here. And I already made a mistake. Look at this. I say, oh, you know, meanwhile, I'm screwing it all up. All right. So here's my military style vest. Not yet. It's just a vest. And it's open. So I'm just going to draw a square for a pouch here, square for a pouch here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I want to make sure they line up. There you go. And now that I have that, I'm going to lighten that down and draw my flaps. Flap. I've got that kind of detail going here. I'm basically doing Batman pouches on here. These are pretty standard. You know, there's the hole here. Or the button cloud, whatever. All right. For the bottom, I'm going to give it a, you know what? Let's give it a zipper. For a zipper, I would do this. But because it's small and because we're working quickly, it's just going to be a zigzag. I'm going to give it a seam along the side here. There we go. And then it really is just clothing detail, of which you can find, you know, all over the place. It's pretty simple, you know, like it's just, there you go. There's a vest. There are so many different types of vests. All I can really do is just kind of give you, you know, a very standard kind of vest as an option. And so now for his shirt, I'm going to give him the seam over his shoulder. That would be this right here. And then we'll give him a long sleeve shirt. So he's got a pull here. I want to make sure that my folds of my clothing essentially kind of come from pull points and don't just go anywhere. Also, your folds go together like this. In the most basic form, you're just overlapping like that. There are a lot of different types of folds, but this is a really good rule of thumb to follow. It makes drawing really simple kinds of folds really easy, like down a pant leg or whatever, just as a basic rule. We're going to do the same kind of thing here. Just overlap a few folds. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, just enough to give you the idea. And there's the sleeve. Let's do the other arm. So there you go. Oh, and here. And I can draw some kind of fold shapes at the bottom, maybe a couple pulls along the chest here. I don't want to get too crazy with it because really extensive folds under the vest would start to, I think, just look distracting. So there you go. That's how I would do it.
All right. I'm going to let Dave draw for a bit before we do any more, you know, tutorial questions, so we can get going on this one. Because Howard artist is just firing off the how-to questions, and we do really need to get going on the actual drawing. So, in my job as moderator, I'm going to let you draw for a bit, David.
Okay.
What was the last convention you were
at? Chicago. Are you asking me that?
Yes, I am.
Chicago.
Keith Salvatore says, at C2E2, I was a person that fractured my arm and hip Stuck in a 3-hour line with my son, not able to bring him back to come back next year.
Oh no, yeah. Well, for sure, I will be back next year, so hopefully I'll see you there, and you'll be feeling better. That's
a tough go.
Yeah.
Howard, yes, Howard, keep some for next week. He's like, oh, keep some from next week, yes, please.
Yeah, it's just
we can't do the whole. This isn't the tutorial stream.
There's some that are quick and easy,
and some that
and then are like, oh no, I like front anatomy. I'm like, it's just not something I can do effectively without basically just stopping, and that's just what we're doing. That's the problem.
All right. Talk.
Are you telling me to talk?
Yes.
That's your job.
Dance, monkey, dance.
That's why you're here.
I know, but all I have for super chats. Greg Sadikart has a super chat. He says he's struggling with building the perspective of a character landing in front of a building. Previous panel, he was flying toward it. Any tips? See, this is all I've got for super chats. Are how to draw questions.
Previous panel. Okay, so
in the previous panel, he was flying toward a building.
Let's see. Sharpen my pencil for this one.
I'm putting on a timer. You got 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. So
1, 2, 3, go.
So I'm going to draw my panel where he's flying toward the building, and I'm just going to put these in like a standard, basically horizontal kind of panel. I don't know if you see him coming toward you, flying toward the building, or you see him coming toward the So I'm going to assume. Let's just assume he's the building is going to be in front of us, and he's flying toward it. So there's his arm. Here's his other arm. His head's here, and his legs are coming out here. He's flying toward the building. Hopefully that's clear enough to make it clear. And then we can see, let's see, how am I I'm going to say, we'll do the building basically like, and then, the rest of my perspective is kind of here, and he's coming toward where he's going to land. And so for my next panel, he's not going to land on his hands. So, and you want to see the building too. So I've got the building kind of established here that he's landing toward. So I think what I would do, I'm going to angle it like this. So I'm low to the ground. Let's see, what I don't like to do is a figure that's the same kind of size. I'm going to lift them up just a little bit. Panel to panel. I always feel like that's kind of boring. By the way, whenever I draw anything in, I end up having to erase it when I start drawing other things because so here's his hands, his foot is up, his other foot is touching down. And let's give him a cape. So he's got his cape, and his cape is up like this. So you see that he's kind of coming in for a landing.
That's your timer.
Hold on. And then you see, I'm almost done. And then you see the building in front of him here, and his foot's touching down onto the ground, which we're going to draw pretty low here. And that would work because people can, you don't need to draw every instant between that. You need to just see that he's coming down toward, and then he's landing. If I had more time, it would be a better figure.
But you don't.
But there you go. That would work. I don't know that that's, he's centered. That's my one issue with that. Maybe I'd want to move him over to the left of the panel a little bit, but I don't want him to be totally on the left of the panel because I want him to be kind of coming in. So I think I'd actually stick with that. I still want to see the building. I don't want to put him here because I'm going to beep you. I know.
No, go back to the other one.
Okay, from one panel to another, if I start a figure toward this area of the panel and I want him to be coming forward, it kind of helps to shift him over in the panel a little bit too. I think personal preference. There you go.
All right. Next super chat comes from JDSCT. I do have a couple like tutorial back chats I will go back to. This is a non-tutorial question. Chances of Dave returning to Fan Expo Canada this year?
I'll be there.
Will you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm scheduled to be at Fan Expo. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe how long it's been. It's been a while.
Has it been that long? Though?
Yeah, I haven't been it's been
not that long.
6 years probably.
No, it's not been that long.
Yes, it's been a long time. It's crazy.
Remember when we went with our brand new car and then we had problems with it?
No.
Yeah.
Which car?
The Audi. We had like the battery was dying or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
Remember
yeah,
that?
I couldn't get it to start again. Yeah. We were fine on the way there and then it just wouldn't start.
Yeah.
What was the matter with it? I forgot.
I can't remember. So long ago.
Yeah. Well, it was under
It was
warranty.
a brand new car at the time though.
Yeah.
Car's almost 10 years old now.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's been a good car. It needs to be a good car because I'm not ever buying another one.
No, it's my last fancy car. I'm holding on to it till the end.
All this reference that I got, I don't have his boot. How terrible is that?
This is kind of a crazy looking character.
It is. I know.
The Maxx, are those his teeth?
Yeah. I don't have his boot for reference. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a couple more shots here. Oh, good. Okay.
Does it have a boot? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I can't see it through your big head.
Oh, here. Can you see?
Is that a boot?
Anyway.
This is I can't even make out what this character is. I'm not gonna lie. Is he always crunched over?
Yes.
Right. He's the maximum what?
The maximum. You're asking deep questions that I can't answer.
I feel like I'm just trying to jump. Original Art says, I'm suddenly self-conscious about being a huge fan of David and it being unprofessional to say as much. It's not unprofessional to say that you're a huge fan of David.
No, and thank you. It's because I'm answering the phone and it's supposed to be a professional kind of, I don't know. I'm sure like he thought absolutely nothing of it. I just thought, I probably should have done. Yeah, I really wish I could have had a chance to. There's so many artists that I revere that I've gotten to know because of conventions, and I see a lot of the same artists all the time, and other ones not as often, but still enough that it's very nice to be able to develop a relationship. And then other artists just don't really do conventions, and I just never see them, never meet them. So. And unfortunately, Sam, I never got to meet. And it's not like he never did conventions. I know he did, just not one that I did. And,
Vivo Pool says, I just found out Super Chat are not available in my country. That sucks. It's stream and I can't ask questions. You can ask questions. I will look for your question. Just type it in the chat. Greg Static Art says, has a Super Chat. Thank you so much, Dave. Sorry to put you to work so much. Never say sorry, Greg.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just like, it's just, we were half an hour in and there was barely anything on the page.
Well,
we were all tutorials. Not that, obviously
I enjoy doing
the tutorial stream more often.
And
like maybe once every 2 months we do a tutorial stream.
Yeah. I really do enjoy doing them a lot. But there are some that I can kind of, I feel like I can do effectively pretty quickly. And then others where I'm like, I'm helpless to know how to do this in any kind of a way that is helpful.
Hey, did you ever get that video card replaced on your computer?
I did. Yeah, the old one is sitting right there.
That's the old one?
Yep.
Does the work make a difference?
Does
it make any kind of noticeable difference?
It does. My Photoshop is not freezing.
Well, there you go. That was the point of it, right?
Yes.
Michael, I just want to say, I remember replacing video cards I'm going to use quotation marks when I say this, on my computer in college, university, whatever, early 90s.
Yeah.
And they were not big. They were like, that thing is 100 times bigger than.
I know, yeah, they're nuts, and they light up, and the whole works.
It's not a video card. It's like, it's bigger than a CD player. Like, it's massive.
And they're expensive now, but I didn't need some like Uber video card, so it wasn't too bad.
And that's crazy. Oh. Michael Gardner has a super chat. Michael says, I'm going to say, your remarks I've seen are amazing. Maybe in a future Monday Night Draw, can you do one live so we can watch and learn things to David?
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, would you guys like that? I would love to do that. I would have so much fun.
Just doing a remark stream?
Okay, so I've been doing some in color. You know what I'm
okay.
Is that what you mean? Please tell me that's what you mean, because I would love to do it. That would be so much fun. I would have a blast. Totally want to do it.
And Stoke Behavior wants to know about the super secret dread piece that you showed last Monday, which was bad, that you did that bad, David. It will be for sale through Essential Sequential when it's ready.
Yeah. And thank you for asking, but yeah. I'm desperately trying to find the time to paint it, and I'm hoping I can. I just don't know that I will be able to, but I want to. We'll see.
Dan Castelli is here. Dan wants to help with the super chat. Dan says, great seeing you guys tonight. Dave, how many years was it between first deciding to learn to draw and getting hired at Darrow?
Whoop. 2 years.
2 years of nonstop full-time job drawing.
I'm trying to think, was it like 2 years exactly? I think it was probably like 2 years and a month. Yeah, 2 years and a month. A couple of things. Number one, sorry. Number one, I started at Top Cow, and they were willing to teach and willing to deal with artists that were learning, you know? And so that was a big advantage right from the beginning. I didn't have to be a fully developed artist, and you do need to be a fully developed artist nowadays. It's just, you really do. And then, yeah, I drew obsessively. It was all I did for 2 years. I had a very big advantage in that I had no other responsibilities, really. Not really. You know, I did. I was working as a security guard, but I could just sit there and draw then too. So I was a terrible security guard. I wasn't exactly doing my job. But yeah, it took me 2 years. I would say, where, just to let you guys know where I was, like kind of, you know, in my journey. You know what? Somewhere I have photocopies of the stuff that I actually did when I broke in, like the stuff that got me in. But I could do everything. Like I could do perspective. I understood it well enough. I had a lot to learn, but you know, I could do it. I could do storytelling. Again, not great, but you know, well enough. Like there's so many simple rules that I just didn't understand. I was able to compensate for not understanding a lot of rules just by copying. And this is why I recommend so often, like the way that you learn all this stuff is trying to just sit down and go, okay, I need to come up with a way to make this panel work, and then not looking at how other people have, because it's all been done. How other people have done it is such a mistake, because there's always, I'm really trying to be, like, I want to copy Sam Kieth as much as I can with this. And I'm trying at the same time, like, and this is part of the problem I've had in the past is
Eli Roth says Sam Keith once described the Maxx as being basically a circle with legs and a face.
There you go. I guess, if you want to be uncharitable, you could put it that way.
Hey, those are straight from the mouth of the artist himself.
Yeah, he's being self-deprecating. Come on, look at him. Yeah.
Gavender 14. Does anyone know if it's okay to show off portfolios directly to artists? I have never been to a con. Is it okay to just ask them to take a quick look?
Yes, please. That's how you learn. You don't learn from editors. First of all, editors aren't artists. At the very best, like CB Cebulski, incredible to show a portfolio to because he knows exactly what he's looking at. And this is why he's been so effective at talent hunting for Marvel. He's a great editor. He's great at being able to look at samples, isolate, problems, and he's great. So if you talk to an editor like CB, absolutely. But they're much more looking they want to see artists that are developed, ideally, and that are ready to go. And this is the job. They're looking for people. When you're showing artists, you basically understand that you're not showing it to get work. The point of showing it is to get advice. And that is how I got myself, a big part of how I got myself to the point where I was able to get work is I approached every artist I could to try to get them to look at my work. And not everybody was able to, not everybody had time. And the ones that did take the time, I am eternally grateful for. And I can think of, there are a few reviews that I remember, forever. The most helpful being Kyle Hotz, who guided me to Bridgman. And not only guided me to Bridgman, but gave me like an approach, basically. And I've said this, anybody who's been here for a while, you have you rolling your eyes for me saying this again. But for those of you that haven't, he just told me to draw every figure in the book and then draw it again without looking. And that doesn't mean obviously, try and copy the whole book from memory as if, without ever opening it, but you look at the picture, close it, and then try and copy everything you remember from what you just did. And that's how I learned Bridgman. And that's how I learn everything. To this day, it's my study technique. It's the most effective way, I think. And that's all from Kyle Hotz, and that's all from me coming up and approaching him at a convention. I was very nervous. He does amazing work. It's beautiful stuff. He seemed like a nice guy, and he was. So, yeah.
Uriah Blackman wants to know with the super chat, do you do any other types of art? I just started oil painting again myself. I also love sculpture.
Thank you for the super chat, Uriah. And I have tried sculpture with my mother, and I loved it. And it felt like natural, sort of. I fought with getting what I wanted from it. Like it's, you learn the tools and there's technique and whatever, but I felt like the overall forms and feeling what I wanted from it felt natural. It felt very much like drawing. I would have loved to do more, and I should. And I talk to my mother. She's more into painting now. She kind of goes back and forth between all kinds of different things, and so do I. So I haven't sculpted in ages, and I didn't really do much, truthfully. But I've done a little bit of oil painting. I find it very difficult, and especially. I like acrylic. I go back and forth. I've talked to Eric Gist about this a bunch of times, and I watch him oil paint, and I say, I want to oil paint. Like, that's it. This is the way to go. Like, it looks amazing, and I love it. But then there are things about acrylic that I really love, and it's difficult to let that go. So, yeah, I like acrylic painting. I like painting, really. It's actually my favorite. I just don't get the time as much as I would like.
So now I'm going to fly back to another Howard artist, K. Howard artist questions. How to pencil fast moving snow.
Fast moving snow. Wow, that is a good question. All right. Okay. I'm gonna do my best with this. Let's see how this goes. So I don't know that I can really do this too effectively, really, really quickly. But I think what I kind of want to do is first establish like a kind of a pattern for like a, like a gust. I'm kind of, I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to do here. So I'm kind of thinking on the page. By the way, really trying not to be too afraid to do this. Just see if something kind of works, because I don't need to keep it. I can kind of keep it as a guide. So it's there. Hopefully you can still kind of see it there. But that gives me kind of a sense of, I don't know. I'm making this up because I don't think I've ever had to do this. As a matter of fact, I know I haven't. If I've drawn snow, it's always the same kind of thing. But so what I'm going to do is, since I want my wind to be mostly just kind of flowing this way, I don't want to just draw flakes that are round. I want to draw them more kind of oval this way. Draw some big ones. This is so. My snow, I'm just going to say, comes from Chris Pacello. Years and years ago, he did snow in Generation X. And I copied that. And anytime I've ever had to draw snow in my entire career, which is not that often, but if I ever do, it's always basically me just recopying the same thing. I haven't looked at it in years, but you know how it is. You learn how to do something once, and that's just how you do it. So I have not overthought drawing snow. So that's why I'm really kind of like, I don't know exactly. So yeah. And I guess it depends on how much snow you want. But there you go. I've kind of followed along with the kind of wind pattern that I had. And then I could also like draw in some wind this way to go along with it. And hopefully that would kind of, sell it just a little bit more. So yeah, I would have to be a little cleaner than that, obviously. But that's kind of, I think that's what I would do. That's about the best that I could do. And usually I have like a Rolodex in my head of like, I can think of, an artist did it this way, this time. I can't think of something that just specifically just jumps into my head when it comes to that. So I'm a little bit, yeah, that's the best I could do for that one.
All right.
You found a weakness for me, that's for sure.
Attic Boyer Art has a super chat with no comment, but a thumbs up. That's the dog.
It took him a while.
Spartan Red has a super chat, says, "Hi Dave." Hi Spartan Red.
Hi Spartan. Thank you very much.
Greg Static Art says, "Any chance we can see work from when you got in?"
Yes. I would have to dig it out of my big...
Won't be tonight.
Right. So I'll find it. I'd be happy to show you. I've shown some stuff before. I have a feeling I've shown it, but anyway, I'll find it.
You know where it is.
But yeah, it's pretty undeveloped, but you know, everything's there. There wasn't really there wasn't an Instagram back then. So I never really went through a time thinking, well, I need to maybe try to develop an Instagram following. And so, like, I think it would have been very detrimental to my learning had I been trying to learn how to draw things that would appeal on Instagram, which is why I think there's a high potential for the kind of artist. I know companies really like to find somebody, hey, like they've got a big Instagram following, so they have an audience, and that's great. They can promote things, like there are benefits to that, like undeniably. But there are times also that Instagram, it doesn't lend itself to narrative. It lends itself to like a stunning image, and that's, if that's what they hire you for, and a lot of times it is, that's great. But if they want you to tell a story, you need to be able to do that too. So I don't want it to sound like I'm saying somebody that does like great stuff on Instagram can't. It's not what I mean. I hope it doesn't sound like that, but it means, yeah. I do think.
All right.
You can end up with holes if you only work on Instagram appealing stuff.
All right. Vopol came out. I found his comments or questions that he cannot super chat. He says, sorry without the super chat, but looking at your amazing work on Marvel Unlimited, I noticed that some covers look like they are done traditionally. Do you mostly work digitally these days? It doesn't work digitally at all.
Yeah, no, I don't work digitally. I have, actually. I did.
Rev Revel? No.
No, that was, I did Justice League of America, and that was digital. And I did some of my Batman: The Dark Knight digitally. I was experimenting with it for a little while. Jay Fabok, who I worked with for quite a while, does everything digitally, and he was kind of helping me with it. And so I was experimenting with it, but ultimately I feel more comfortable working on paper. So I work on paper.
Dan Castelli has a super chat. Dan says, bro, art school is at least 3 years. Good for you. He must be talking.
Yeah. So yeah, because it took me 2 years. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I think you get so many things out of art school, though. You can get connections that you're not going to get, sitting at home. So that's one thing. There's a lot of benefits. I say that as if it's the only benefit. You learn different mediums and different techniques, and also different mindsets. That it can be very easy when you're working on your own to start to draw. Maybe develop habits that are counterproductive to the kind of work that you're looking to do. And that's very easy when you don't have the input of an experienced professor at an art school or that kind of thing. So yes, I think that it can be great. And I've had the chance now, over the years, to meet a lot of incredible teachers, high school teachers and professors that I would have absolutely killed to have access to when I was learning how to draw. I think there's a lot more acceptance to comics as an art form too than there was. Like it just wasn't really something that I think would be very easy to study in school, because teachers just didn't really get it or want to get it. And I think that's really changed. I don't want to spend too much time on this branch, but
I'm going to read this comment from Zaleth, and then you should do your book of the week. Zaleth had a super chat. Thank you for this tribute stream. The Maxx was hugely influential for me. It was like nothing I'd ever seen or read before. The way it dealt with themes of trauma and feminism really spoke to me. R.I.P. Sam Keith.
Well, thank you very much for that.
And Dead Man Wonder says, hey, David, just want to thank you. Your old anatomy video way back maybe 15 years ago really helped me in college.
Oh, well, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm glad. That would be the Noman Workshop stuff from years ago.
Do you want to do your book of the week?
I still have 2 minutes.
Okay. One rubber cloud. How long should has a super chat? How long should I spend on one study? I feel like I never know how long I should spend on one drawing. Everyone is different, but what do you think?
That is such a good question. Okay. So the unhelpful answer is that it is different for everybody. And it is, you don't want to, I think drawing a study to the point where it's like a 1-for-1 and the detail is like what you were looking at to study, I don't think is, okay, to say it's not helpful, I think it can be helpful, but you get diminishing returns is what I'm saying. So I think it's okay to be more loose. How long? Okay, with the caveat that it depends on how slow or fast you are generally. Some artists are naturally faster and some are slower. For a really simple figure study, like just getting the basic forms of a figure in like a tube form, you don't want to spend more than like 2 minutes, like quick, because you want to be able to just iterate and do a bunch of them. For a more thorough study, I would say certainly no more than a half an hour. And generally, I'd say quicker, because you want to, if you're doing a study to the point where you're doing all the rendering, I think you're going too far, because while rendering is important, it is nowhere near as important as the forms and understanding, the forms and getting a sense of the lighting and that kind of thing. Like that is that's what you should be focusing on. Rendering, I don't think is a good thing to focus on when you're learning, not for a good long time. And like really, you can get away with working even and not being comfortable with rendering. Like this one has no rendering on it at all right now. It's just I'm just throwing in the shadow, and I could take this further and just completely light the whole thing and not put any rendering in it at all. As a matter of fact, there's a good portion of my career where I was basically doing that. Like when I did New Avengers, if you look at that work, there's really almost no rendering on it at all. That was in response to the way that my stuff was kind of coming out at the time. I was just finding that the rendering wasn't really coming across well. And it actually, I found it ended up being very helpful for me. When I started rendering again after not doing it for a long time, I was a very different artist, because it kind of was a crutch, it can be. And so, yeah, I think it helped me to let it go. I'm really trying very hard to, I would normally cast a shadow down over his leg for sure, like 100%, but I don't think that's going to be in keeping with, and when I say cast shadows these are always a choice. There should be a cast shadow based on the lighting that I have. There would be a cast shadow, but I think that would actually take away from, I don't think so. I'm going to put it in. It'd drive me nuts if I don't. I don't think I'll take it away.
All right.
I'm trying to think, how would Sam Kieth do it?
8:02, David. It's time for the book of the week. It's time for the book of the week.
Okay. Book of the week. So this is actually volume 1. Let's start with volume 1. Let's just move this out of the way. So this is Cursed Pirate Girl by Jeremy Bastian, who I met actually last year on a plane. We talked for like the whole flight. And then I've seen him at some other shows, and I was able to stop by his table and get these books from him in Chicago. And his work is stunning. He says that it takes him way too long, and by the way, I got a drawing in it too. Look at that. Yeah, he said it takes too long, and I would say that work like this, it's worth every minute. And look at it when you actually look at the book itself. So it has a real feel of a kind of turn of the century editorial cartoon. There's a lot of that in there, and like engraving, and it's just I gotta be honest, I'm kind of speechless to even describe. Like his caricatures are hilarious. Like they're so well done. He's even doing all the lettering too, and so the lettering has so much character. His layouts are incredible. Panels like this is one of his first panels because this is book one, but there's so much going on in this panel, and yet the way that he laid it out, everything is perfectly and completely readable in the way that it needs to be. She's a much lighter figure. He's much lighter. He's put her against a dark background. Everything is really well planned. The same with this figure here. You can see how she's a very light figure, and so she's set against a dark background. He's done the same. It's dark behind him very specifically, so he stands out against that background, and he understands that amazingly well. But I feel like I'm kind of doing it a service just by describing it kind of, you know, in those terms. His textures, they all have a feel to it. Like he has a very fine line, but then the hair here, the way the dark hair, the way that that's done versus the way that the hat's done versus the wall, he's using a similar technique, but it is so incredibly versatile. Like look at the wood, like all of his textures, his clothing, everything just has such a it's my favorite kind of realism. It's realistic, but it doesn't just look realistic. It looks illustrated, like it's drawn. Just yeah, stunning work. And then I'm skipping ahead, and this is probably skipping ahead of a couple of years because this took so long for him to do. This is, by the way, this is just book one. There's still book two, but you can see how the technique just gets that much more advanced. I mean, the water. I don't think I've ever seen water done as well, you know, much less better. Like it's, yeah, blown away. And I'm such a huge fan of so many of the kinds of artists that I think he's influenced by. And I can't think of one of them that I like as much. Yeah, it's amazing work, and seeing the progression from, I mean, you can like the beginning, the stuff in the beginning. I know I'm going to take forever, but the stuff in the beginning I absolutely love, and it just stands out. It's so strong, but then seeing where it went and how much more intricate and involved. I don't even know how well this shows up through my camera on the stream. I don't think it could possibly do it justice. It's yeah. Amazing work. I've never seen anything like it. Like this is, you know, untouchable quality. It's stunning stuff. And for an artist that can do this kind of work, you should hear him describe his work, Meredith. Like he's very, you know, like so many of the really great artists out there, you would not know how incredible he is to hear him describe it. It's mind-blowing stuff. So that's book one, a tiny sampling of book one. It's a decent sized book. This is book two, which I got in hardcover. And you can see his style is evolving even now into book two. It has a really similar, very, very delicate line that he had toward the end of book 1, but it's even more refined here. I don't know how big the originals are. I've never seen one of his originals. I would love to see it because I would have to think that they're either enormous or he's working with a magnifying glass. I don't think there can't possibly be another artist out there working that puts this much fine detail onto every single page. And then, couple it with just beautiful layout, incredible design. I mean, all of this is designed so amazingly. I wish I would have seen this when I was doing Skinbreaker. I would have stolen every one of those trees. Look at it. It's crazy.
All right.
I'm just looking.
Oh, all right. Well,
no.
That,
and even his lettering has improved. Okay, one more minute. But yeah, he's got it's like a skull face here, but even the skull has so much character. It's not just a reference skull. Like every figure is just so thought out. Everything is so thought out. I'm a big fan of Mobius. So many artists that do like this kind of a style where things like this ship in the background have like a lot of dimension. I love that about Mobius. This is like just absolutely next level stuff. Yeah, you know what? It's so good I can't even talk about it intelligently. That's what I would say. Like, yeah, this is the most amazing stuff I've seen. I can't even think of the last time I've seen stuff that has just been as stunning as this. And and I'm randomly flipping through pages of a good sized book, and you can see every single page. Like, he does not let up every page. And it's not just all the detail that goes into it, just the design that goes into every page is over the top. Like, the amount of thought and planning that would have to go into this kind of work, I can't even relate. It's absolutely amazing. If you don't own this book, you really, really should. This is Cursed Pirate Girl by Jeremy Baston, my current very favorite artist. So there you go. Please pick these up if you can find them. And just to let you know, it's published by Archaea. Well, you can read it there. And yeah, amazing stuff. So yeah, get these if you can.
All right. Yevgeny Sokolov Art has a super chat. Yevgeny says, "Good evening. Thank you, Dave, for giving me your time at OAX to look at my work. It was a pleasure meeting you and getting the feedback on my art."
Well, my pleasure. And thank you. I hope it's going well. I mean, it's a journey. It never ends. And, talking to Jeremy, yeah, you can tell he loves it, but you can tell he also really...
That's not Jeremy. That's Yevgeny.
I know, but I was talking about...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can tell he wrestles with insecurity and, the kinds of things you would think, like looking at that art, you wouldn't imagine that somebody could possibly, like, how could that be? But yeah. He does. So at this point now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm using my my Tombow, and I'm going to try and match some of the brushstroke kind of lines that Sam was getting, some of the long bleed lines. I find with this pen, if I can really press larger lines, I can get it to look more like a brush. It's tougher this way. You know what? Let's see if I can do it with my brush. This is the real skill, and this is what Sam would do. He would not be doing this cheap method that I'm doing, so I should try. But my skill, I'm doing this off the thing here to try and get set. Okay. My skill with this is not strong. It's not Sam Kieth, that's for sure.
Well, you do that. NYCEFX has a super chat watching from New York City. Are you and wifey coming to New York Comic Con in 2026?
I will be there. Meredith has claimed that she will be there. Will she be there?
It's always life dependent.
Life dependent, but she's been telling me she'll go. So
I was supposed to go last year.
She was supposed
life
to.
Happened.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Ziggy Simpson official wants to know if anybody reads the normal chat anymore. Since I've read multiple comments from the normal chat, yes, I do read it, but I always prioritize the super chats because people have paid money to have their chats read. So I try to balance it, but if I have a lot of super chats, they take priority. But I have read chats from the original chat tonight, and I do every week.
Yeah.
So there. Not that I'm feeling defensive at all. Titus Illustrations as a super chat. Hey, DNM, the Maxx is coming out great so far. I've been going through your videos and my Bridgman books for a refresh. Thanks for being so awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you're going through Bridgman. So there's always a lot of whiteout I'm just, first of all, I'm going to say that I think he does all of his rendering with a brush. So I'm going to do that. This is going to be a challenge, but I'm going to do my best.
Before you do that, I have K. Howard Artist's final super chat from earlier on. How do you do dual light sources consistently?
That is a very good question, and I'm going to answer it because that is a really good question. Okay. So I'm going to draw a head. We're going to keep the lighting pretty simple. I'm not really forming up my head as well as I would recommend that you do. I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit, but just for the interest of time. Okay, so here's my basic head. I'm going to lighten it down, clean it up just a little bit. We're keeping it simple. Okay, so I'm going to start with, this is, unless you're experienced doing double lighting, which, if you haven't really done it, obviously you're not going to be. What I'd recommend, this is the way that I learned it. I learned it in two different ways, actually. Number one, I learned it from copying it from other artists. So Kevin Nolan, phenomenal at it, and my favorite artist for looking at for how to do it. And so that I would recommend. But we're not going to be looking at anything for this one, so we're just going to be lighting. I'm going to light it my standard kind of. This is like the basic portrait lighting. So I'm cheating the eye a little bit. Like I could darken this whole thing, but what I don't want to do is lose the eye. So I'm going to cheat that. This one, though, I am going to darken. I'm going to cast a shadow underneath too. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll leave the eye open, basically. Okay, I'm going to cast a shadow from the nose. And I'm only drawing one light source right now. And don't go too hard with your pencil because you want to kill yourself erasing. But just drawing one light source and then figuring out the other one is a much easier way to go. Recommend doing that. Giving it a try anyway. Depending on how your brain works, maybe you don't need to do this, but I found this really worked for me, and it still does actually work for me a lot of times when I'm maybe just a little bit confused and I'm not really sure. I find just blocking in what I can think of easily and then just carving back out can be a good way to go. And so I've got my and actually I want to make sure I have enough room to really create my double light. So I'm going to bring my shadow around just a little bit more. cast a shadow down from his chin. It's going to cast a shadow down over his I'm just going to say shoulder. Cut me some slack. I can never remember. Okay, so there's basically my my single light source for a slightly distorted because I did a quick head. Let's just make that dark. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my kneaded eraser first. I'm just going to lighten all this down. You can see, I can still see it all. So it's all there. And then just reestablish my form here. And I'm just going to remember that I don't want to just create like a line along here. I'm creating another light. And so I'm going to establish my kind of core here because my light is only hitting the outside. And then what I want to do is actually just light it from this side. So I've got a, that's going to be shadowed here. Got a shadow here. It's going to cut in a little bit here as it comes across the cheek up here. This is a not great face, I admit. It's going to cut in here. And I'm lighting the form, what I would see from this side, and just isolating it as its own thing. And making sure that I have a strong core shadow. And because I established what I'm going to use as my core shadow, that's going to cast a shadow here. Creating just my first light source, I'm not confusing myself with my double light source. And so that's how I would do it. And also look at Kevin Nolan. Okay. Brush.
All righty. Michael Teja Vu. Hey, Dave has a super chat. Hi, Dave. Thanks for doing these streams. Is there finished or work in progress art you can pull out right now and show, study, commission, etc.?
No, and I apologize. There isn't, unfortunately, because the problem is that, like, I've got a cover that I'm working on right now. Actually, it's been a nightmare, truthfully, because I tried to draw a lot of it while I was sick, and I ended up actually just causing myself more problems. I just couldn't think straight, and I had some real issues with it. And I'd love to show you and show you exactly where I had the issues, but I can't just show it because it hasn't been shown. So, you know what? Hold on. No. I'm not going to show anything like that. But I do have some Walking Dead covers that actually have been shown by now. So let me just grab those really quick. Through my stack. What I've got. The one on top I can't show yet. Here. There you go. So this is Negan breaking out of prison, essentially. This has been previewed by now. I drew this last month. So there you go. Yeah, not sure what to say about it other than, it is not detailed like Jeremy Bastian, that's for sure. But the way that I did this one is I drew the figure in. I drew his face. Like, I drew everything in there because I wasn't sure how it would work otherwise, and then kind of put the shadow on top of it and then put detail. So I didn't draw it knowing exactly how it would all kind of go together. It's always a bit of a push and pull. I did know how I was going to do the background, but there you go. There's a published cover.
Batman statue collector has a super chat. Dave, we are down to the final villain. Would you rather do Taja Ghul or Black Mask? Excited to see you at San Diego Comic-Con. Would love to buy you dinner.
I'm in, and thank you. And you don't have to buy. Talia al Ghul or Black Mask?
Yes.
Dang. I don't know. That actually is a tough choice. Okay, from a fan perspective, I would rather draw Talia al Ghul. From an artist perspective, I would rather draw Black Mask. Does that make sense?
No. Why?
Because I like Talia al Ghul as a character, generally speaking. Like, she's a pretty woman, you know? And not usually my strong suit as much as some other things, I think. So that's why I say that.
All right. Drew Check has a super chat. Hey, Dave, with all the drawing that you do, how do you keep your wrist from hurting? I've had some issues with that lately.
I don't get wrist issues. So, and that's not good to be, you want to make sure to be on top of that for sure. I don't, I just created a bad tangent there. I'm going to have to try and bring this in up here. Hopefully it's still not going to shoot. It's not good creating a tangent when you make it that thick. When I'm inking, I try to keep my wrist fairly stationary and not move my hand too much. So, like you can see, I'm kind of more like I'm moving my wrist. I'm not really an arm inker. I wish I was more. I think it'd be better. And maybe it's possible you're using too much pressure. And I try to work with the angle of my arm. So I'm working with the natural flow of how my arm works. So there are a couple of different ways that you can pull a line. So maybe, try a different direction that might just kind of ergonomically work for you a little better. That's maybe something to think about. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is so against my, I don't ink this way. Like pulling rendering like this with a brush, it's hard, but I'm actually really enjoying doing it. And I want to get this, how much time do we, I don't want to run out of time because there are so many inking. Yeah. There are a lot of inking things that he does that I really want to be able to try before we run out of time. So. He has such a gestural loose style in a way, but it's really not. It's really controlled and precise in a way that I can't match with a brush. And he also does a lot of pull out with white, which I want to do before we wrap this up too. And notice how my line just got really thin there. This is the hardest thing I find with a brush because a brush is all about pressure. And it's very difficult to maintain, for me, even pressure so I get an even thickness of line. Because it's just really sensitive. And I'm going to go in and kind of over render this a little bit. Bearing in mind that I'm going to be coming in afterwards and using whiteout too to pull things back out. So, That's a big part of his technique that I was never able to simulate with pencil, obviously.
Titus Illustrations has a super chat. Any chance for painting a DC absolute character?
Well, no, I'm under contract, so I can't. I've done all of the DC stuff I will be able to do for a little while. So yeah, it's a tough thing to close a door to something that I mean, I'm a huge fan of everything they're doing with the absolute characters, and I think it's great, and I would love to do something, but I contractually can't. So here's I think a bit of a Sam Keith technique. I take that with a grain of salt for me, because I don't, I'm no Sam Keith, but I'm putting a little bit of pressure and then lifting with a bit of a curve and then a little pressure at the end. Something you can't really match without a brush. I should be inking with a brush more. You get like these, that's like a cool effect that I really like, and I can't do that any other way. I think I'm going to try inking with a brush more, Meredith. I'm actually really enjoying this.
All right. Just keep in mind you have deadlines.
Meredith's all right was, I really don't care.
Not really.
I'm just trying to read my horse Facebook right now.
I'm not reading my horse Facebook. I'm reading the chat. And since I have not done it yet, I'm clicking like. I'm like thumbs up number 455. It's that time of the night. Time to hit like and subscribe. 570,000 people must know something, David.
500. Have we hit 570?
We have. Way to go. Congratulations.
I was just talking. You're not going to like this. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it anyway.
Oh, no. Don't do it.
You know what I'm going to say?
I have a good idea. Say it, and then I'll tell you if I was right.
Okay.
I think you're going to have another giveaway stream.
Yes, we haven't done it for so long. Ages. I don't think we've done a giveaway stream, like a, subscriber giveaway stream
it's
for
like 500,000?
No, we didn't even do it then.
We didn't? Are you sure?
Yes. I don't think so. Anyway, we'll do it for 575. I think come on. It's like a milestone. I'm proud of it.
575,000 subscribers worth of giveaway stream. Because it has been a while.
See? Okay. He's got like it's kind of
Art 9 is laughing right now. I just want to help Henry Jeremic, but she banned me. Meredith won't let me talk in the chat anymore. Hope you're well. That's not true.
I saw Henry was talking about Formula One. I saw it when when I came in. And I was going to talk about it, and then I got distracted. But
talk about Formula One.
I'm never watching.
There's big changes.
I'm never watching again. I mean, until the next race, I'm going to watch. Like, I'm not going to not watch, but I'm so frustrated with it. I'm so mad. I hate what they're doing with it. It just doesn't. It's taken away driver skill. And if you're suggesting somehow that I'm a Max Verstappen fan, that I would say that because he's not doing well. Yes, I am. Sue me. I don't like it.
Makes you a terrible human being.
Well, yeah.
I actually like Max Verstappen too. I can't help it. I like his whatever. Kevin Mandeville has a super chat. Just saying, hey to everyone. Hope you feel better, Dave.
Thank you, and good to see you here. And I'm like totally fine.
Yeah, he's better now. He was not on Sunday.
No.
Oh, Batman statue collector. Tell you how cool it is.
All right.
I was hoping you would pick her going to lock that one in.
I want Chris to see the Bane that I did, because I put a lot of work into that one, and it's really bugging me that. So this is a commission that I did for Batman statue collector. 2 months ago, 3 months. It's been decent amount of time, and my art dealer Jason has not shown it to him yet, and I was looking forward to him seeing it because put a lot of work into it. So hopefully I'll show him at some point.
I just making him wait. He's mean.
Yeah.
He's mean.
What I really have to wonder, and we're doing it, Meredith will stay up, don't worry.
No, I will not.
He's got his body hair, and this is one of my favorite things about Sam Kieth. He does it so well, and I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off with a brush. We're going to try a bit.
It's already 8:35.
This is how you start running out of time trying to copy Sam Kieth rendering. I don't know if I could really have the control to actually be a brush inker like this. I'm so worried about it looking like, I don't know what I'm so worried about. I should just do it.
Yeah, just have fun.
Yeah. Who cares about having a job and all that stuff?
That's right. Who cares about doing good work? Kevin Mandible says Sam's Wolverine arms with hair were the coolest.
I know, yeah. That's another thing that I have tried to emulate for years with pencil, and I'm telling you, doing that stuff with a pencil, because it's all about line weight too. It's direction, it's control, and it's line weight. And line weight with a pencil takes time to build up. You can't just press harder. And I would spend hours, especially when I was younger, like trying to make it look like that with a pencil. It's very difficult. I hate that I'm having to fake some of the stuff that, I'm going to say this, Meredith.
What?
I shouldn't say it.
Maybe then don't say it.
This is like, like pride comes before the fall. I feel like I'm more able to copy his rendering style than I was before. I'll put it that way. Like I'm happy, actually. I feel like it's working. Like the last time
it looks good.
Well, see, yeah, thank you. Last time I tried this, I had not been inking as long, and you know what? I kind of gave up, and there you go. I shouldn't have gave up so fast because I feel like I like it. This is gonna be tough. You guys can't see the reference that I'm looking at for that. Now, I'm not directly one-for-one copying, but I am kind of copying too, and that did not go well. So what I try to do there is pull. I normally push, and I can pull pretty well actually with my tombos, but with a brush, yeah, that didn't go well. So what I needed to do is this. I needed to turn it so I can push them. It's kind of too late now. I already made a mess of it. But it's one thing about Sam's rendering that I also love is he used a lot of whiteout. So I can put that in there and then try and fix it with some whiteout. We'll see how it works.
Flobby Goobus says, I finally caught one of your streams.
Well, good to have you here.
And Extreme Maybe says, remember, Dave, nothing is sacred.
No? All right.
Art 9 says, Dave, I'm glad you decided to do the Maxx because I really wanted you to do it to honor Sam Kieth. So thanks.
Well, I'm glad, and really, I mean, this is my pleasure. He's legendary for me, and you know, he was young. He was 64, And I remember him as really one of the young kind of upstarts. And it's sobering, you know.
Apparently, Henry Jeremick doesn't like me anymore.
What'd you do?
He says, Meredith, just use your golden ticket. You can tap out anytime. No worries. There's no Monday Night Draw without Meredith and Dave.
Well, you guys saw how it went last time, right? I was drawing ROM Space Knight, and Meredith left, and I just went dead quiet because I can't see what you guys are saying if I'm looking down, and if I'm just on my own, I'm trying to pull a line again. You know what? Work may be better. I should just keep doing it and see if I can get better at it.
Yeah.
See, like I feel more comfortable. Ah, look at that. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Anyway, yeah, the stream basically died because you guys keep it alive, and if I can't see what you're saying,
he talks all the time, but what you guys don't realize is that he talks because I put the questions to him.
Yeah,
I involve him in your conversation.
I'm naturally pretty quiet. I'm not a natural talker.
I will say this, one mighty R. Meredith is the funniest co-host ever. I'm not very funny tonight because I think I'm going to get Dave's sickness. Normally I'm good. But
I hope not, because...
No, not either, because I got crap to do.
Well,
I do not have time to... I mean, you don't have time to be sick, but I have a physical job. That's like, maybe that's helping me.
Also, I am stoic sick. You are...
Oh, I'm a diva.
Yeah, it's not fun for anyone.
I'm like, take care of me.
Oh, man, I'm using a brush more.
JDSCT put a song in my head. Get down with the sickness. That's not quite actually the right one. Down. I can't quite deal with my down with the sickness. Isn't that how it goes? Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Disturbed.
Yeah.
I heard of them.
Yeah, you might have done their cover once in a while.
Yeah. Well, once.
Alex Nay wants to know, Meredith, how are the horses? We're waiting on a baby right now, actually. Got my horse cam on.
Yeah, we've been waiting on a baby for that horse for...
Her official due date, apparently, is April 15th, but I've never had a horse go that long, so she could hurry herself up because I got plans.
Huh.
I got things going on. Henry's trying to reel himself back here. Meredith, he says, that's not true. I love you. You're the best. You totally took it the wrong way. I assure you, I was only trying to give you an out. No, he was trying to ditch me. He was trying to kick me to the curb. Art9 says, make him eat garlic and drink ginger tea. So actually what I've been doing, which helped, felt yesterday I was starting to get sick. And I had my fire honey. So I have, which is like turmeric, cayenne pepper, black pepper, ginger, and cinnamon mixed in with honey. And so I put that in a cup with a nice thick slice of lemon with hot water. And then I drank that all day. So my key was hydrate. And then I took 3 vitamin C's and vitamin D. So hydrate, vitamin C, vitamin D, and fire honey. And knock on wood, not sick yet. I'm sitting here drinking my fire honey lemon water right now. And elementary YouTube says emergency, which is basically vitamin C, a high dose vitamin C. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Horse talk. We're not talking horses right now because I need babies. It's all calm in the horse world. There's nothing going on right now. I'm just prepping for my first show, which is why I need that mare to foal because my first show is April 18th and 19th. What you doing there, Dee?
I'm not even sure. So I
did you just pick something random to just blob that thing with?
Yeah, pretty much. It's my splatter tool, but I didn't really pick that much up, and I don't have that much ink to be just throwing it away. So I just started smacking it around on there to see what would happen. I had no idea what was going to happen with that.
Do you like what happened?
Not yet, but I'm hoping I can make it good. We'll see. I know I didn't want to just render the whole thing out, and this is so much of the way he would work is with whiteout, and so I want to see. I'm just making a mess under my hand.
Moving it. Can you move it down a little bit?
Can you not see it?
I don't know. I can. I can't. Like, it feels like I don't like how high up his head is off the.
How's that? Is that better?
Probably. It takes a minute for it to. You went up.
I went the wrong way?
Yeah, you went the wrong way. Come down. Whatever. Then that's too. I don't know. Too much. There's no sweet spot, Dave. Just ignore me. You do you. Black Tiger wants to know if we've ever watched Clarkson's Farm. I'm obsessed with Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah, we watched it twice.
Yeah, I watched. However many seasons there are, I think there are 4. So we watched season 1 4 times, season 2 3 times, season 3 twice, and season 4 once.
So yes.
Yes, we've seen it a few times.
All right. So I've got 2 more stages to go here, Meredith.
Okay.
Step 1, I'm going to try and do his hair.
His hair?
Well, he's got like body hair.
Oh, geez.
And I'm going to try and do it with a brush.
All right.
Oh, it's already.
I'm not going to talk to you. Do you need to concentrate?
Oh, you know what? Let's see if I can get some ink off my brush here. So hard. Like the level of patience and control. Okay, I feel like I'm getting my hooks in.
Oh, here we go. I ordered turkeys today. As we're farming it, we're talking about farming. I ordered turkeys. You have to buy a minimum of 5.
So
I bought 6.
So now we're raising turkeys.
We got 6 turkeys coming.
Splendid.
Their names are.
You're naming them.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter.
Oh man.
And it's going to be Easter 1 and Easter 2. And either I'll just probably give them to Lance and Paula, or because they're the only people I know who, like, everybody comes to our house for Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. So look, there you go. Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. Probably we'll just call Thanksgiving TG. Christy, TG, and I don't know, Easter maybe. But can you eat turkey eggs? You can. I mean, they're like any other fowl. You can eat duck eggs and quail eggs, and I don't know.
I don't know that I can pull off the kind of control.
After a butterball turkey this year was not good. Had like a smell to it. Name one turkey butterball or rotisserie. I could do that one, Mighty. Maybe I'll name one. No cute names. Agreed, Henry and Jealous. Because when you name but turkeys are not cute. That's the one thing. Like, they are hard, and I don't have to kill them myself. I don't have to kill them. I take them, and
all right.
Now they will know their death date. They'll all be done on the same day. Biggie How. They'll all go on the same time to the abattoir. We'll put them in the car, and I won't have to do anything.
If you want to know if there's a limit, there's a limit, and that's it.
Turkeys aren't cute enough.
No, I'm talking about ink. So
you couldn't do it? You gave up?
I couldn't do it with a brush. I think if I had forever and, I could just sit here and just make it look terrible and keep working, then maybe. But yeah, I don't have that kind of time, and it wasn't working well. There is a point where you have to not be a slave to the tool, and yeah.
Let it go.
I hate to do it, but
Eric says we need to do turkey on the smoker, but we don't have a smoker.
We don't have a smoker.
You had a smoker.
I know. I gave it to Everett, our son.
Did Everett use it?
I don't think he ever has. I could bring it to his place. We could do it together.
Bring it back, yeah.
You know what, Eric? We're going to do it. because I do.
I
So,
don't know if a smoker would. That was not a big smoker. Maybe turkey would.
oh no, it was a good sized smoker, and
Was it?
yep,
And
and
just bring it home.
I don't
Put it
need
back
to.
here.
No, the thing weighs a ton. What I'll do is just go to his place. It'll be a chance to visit.
Do you know how long it takes to smoke a turkey?
No.
Eric, how long does it take to smoke a turkey? I feel like it takes hours. Like hours. Spidey Zach has a super chat. He wants to know, how do I draw better? LOL. I love the channel. I'm a tattoo artist. I'm watching the channel on TV in my booth while I work on people.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're working on somebody right now, hello.
Greg says it's a long process. 4 days, says Andrew Law Art.
Come on.
To smoke a turkey.
Really? Is that true?
I think. Sheldon Martin. Smoking could take years to take out a turkey. Yeah. Eric says turkey does not take long at all. Brisket I smoke for 15 plus hours. Turkey under 6. Still, it's a long time. That's a lot of commitment. You gonna go hang out at Everett's house for 6 hours?
No, I just go there 6 hours before, and then he can just bring it when he comes.
Yeah. Well,
see?
I mean, if we have 6, we have a throwaway, right?
Yep.
Waste one.
Oh, no. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, no, no. If you're raising your own food, it gets a little too harder to be cavalier about, throwing it away. That's
yeah, no, I mean, this is the nice thing about raising them is that I know they'll have a great life for, however many months.
Okay, a little bit more hair. I'm almost done. Oh, a little more here.
Oh, Russ Hicks says frying a turkey can be done fast. Yes, frying is fast. Smoking the turkey is the end. The middle is the case.
I still like Sheldon's answer.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, white out. So this is where it gets interesting because he would go in, and I'm looking at this now. I'm going to create like a light under here and just render with white, which I'm going to guess that he would also do with a brush. But I'm not doing that. I've got this. They weren't around when this picture was done, and they work great. So. And a lot of his really interesting line technique comes from just dotting out here and there. And it's beyond me anyway to be able to say, okay, this is exactly how he did it. So I kind of you end up with your own thing a little bit. Like I would love to just be Sam Kieth doing this. And unfortunately, I can't. But kind of do my own version. And clean things up just a bit.
American Discord says you forgot the inside part of that donut on his ankle.
The inside part
of the donut on his ankle.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. I hear you. Let me get that sorted out.
Josh Papelio says, I smoke a turkey every year and it's always a hit, worth the wait. Also, it's very much a put it in and forget about it situation for the most part. All right. We'll have to try it. Maybe Extreme Maybe says, donuts. I've never had a donut.
Never.
No.
Okay.
And you say this like in disbelief.
Look, I know.
Okay, so I've had a gluten-free donut, which is not really a donut.
You've tasted a donut though. So
no, I have not, because I don't like the way they smell. They smell like cloying and and also the really pretty ones, you look at them, you're like, they can't possibly taste as good as they look. Like coffee does not taste as good as it smells. So no.
Okay.
Never had a donut.
Fair enough.
Joys of growing up gluten-free before it was cool to be gluten-free.
Still not cool, but yeah.
I mean, I know you like donuts, so.
Yeah, I do. I miss donuts.
Once upon a time,
I could eat a
someone
donut.
would go for midnight runs for the donuts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is why I don't do it anymore. Some people can have a donut, and then some people have a donut, and next thing you know, you're at Tim Hortons in the drive-thru ordering a dozen donuts and hoping they think that it's for a bunch of people, but they know.
They know.
They're not stupid.
They know it's not for a bunch of people.
They know exactly what you're up to. And yes, they judge. Probably not. I don't think they care.
Nobody's showing up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, can I have a dozen donuts? I've got a party going.
Donuts.
Yeah, they don't care.
They're like, he's going home to eat those. They won't even make it home.
No.
You can eat them in the car. The walrus was Jason says, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. When you were a kid, you never had a donut. I grew up, like I said, gluten-free.
See,
in the days before it was cool to be gluten-free. I had my first takeout pizza in my 30s.
Celiac.
Yes, celiac. Which is, an allergy, not an intolerance. So it wasn't like now where you could go to the grocery store and just buy stuff. Henry Angela says a donut is a gateway to a dozen donuts.
Oh, yeah. That day.
Yeah.
Just wait till the next day.
There is a Tim Hortons on every corner. Yes, extreme maybe. They're just, all I get is tea there, steep tea. They do make good steep tea. All right. Nick Beatrice says a question for David. Would you ever try a full color piece in acrylic markers? Yeah. Well, so
I've done, I guess, well, I did a Spider-Man that's all acrylic markers. That was like, decent, like just a full figure on paper. So I've done a few, and then I've done stuff like just on like covers. You can find them actually on my Instagram. I put them up because they're so much fun to do. I can show you guys something truly awful looking right now. You know what? I'll just show you guys because what the heck? Because it basically, I'm just going to preface it before I go and grab it. I'm going to preface it by saying that so it's a Wolverine that I drew and that I'm doing in acrylic markers just because it's fun. I started 2 conventions ago and I thought, I'll pick it back up, and I just haven't had time. When I start, I just start. I only have so many colors, so it's a bit of a. It is what it is, and I end up once I kind of get a few things established, I end up blending them together, and then it starts to come together. But what it looks like to start. Look at this, Meredith. It looks terrible. See that?
Hold on. I'm behind.
Okay. I shouldn't even be showing.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But it does. It comes together.
It's garish.
I know. It's awful. I know. You don't have to tell me. I know. It looks.
But in a kind of appealing way, which is crazy.
It comes together. You'd be surprised. And I'd like to actually do it on a stream to show you guys like how that could actually, well, assuming I don't fail on it, that actually can turn into a picture that works. It's crazy. And they're so limiting that it makes them actually a lot of fun to use. There's just so much stuff you can't do with them. And you have no choice but to just be kind of crazy and bold with color. So, all right. We are done.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to have time to do the tree. And there's a limit to how much you can do with, Sam Kieth is very, very good at putting detail in, but then not detailing everywhere to the point where you just destroy something. And I detail everywhere to the point where I destroy something. And so since I'm trying to emulate them, I'm not going to do that.
It looks amazing, Dave.
Thank you. I'm so glad I did this. Because I'm a huge fan of Sam Kieth, and it's very meaningful for me to do a stream in honor of Sam Kieth, but also because I learned some things with this one for sure. And I tried some things that I have tried before and just I couldn't make it work. And I felt like they kind of worked here, if I say so myself.
Did you sign it?
No. Yeah,
Andrew Law Art says, I love you have your studio sorted out because we get show and tell more.
Yeah, there you go. It's true. I know where things are. All right. There you go. I still have the pencil all over it. Yeah.
Thanks to Dennis Kelly for reminding me to thank Russ and Eric for being our amazing moderators. Always taking care of the chat.
Yeah, thanks as always. Absolutely. Thank you to, I'm trying to close my reference here so I can get, thank you to all of you guys for watching, being with us on a Tuesday. I know it's not a Monday, so I very much appreciate you guys working with us.
It's Monday Night Draw on a Tuesday.
Monday Night Draw on a Tuesday. I hope you guys all have a great week, and we will see you next Monday.
Unless we have a baby horse. Well, I mean, that night.
That night, right. All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.